Welcome to an IVS Computer Technology video tutorial. My name is Julie and I'm the Education Consultant that's going to walk you through today's steps. In this video tutorial, the topic is how to create formative smart response questions to use with the transparent background. Remember that the transparent background icon is located here and that when you click this icon, the notebook interface disappears, thus making it transparent, and you're able to interact with anything on your computer with access to almost all of your notebook tools. With Response 2011, the transparent background had new additions. Within that transparent background toolbar, you'll now find Smart Response icons. You can now insert questions, stop and start questions, and also monitor student progress with the Smart Response icon. This is going to allow you to share resources outside of Notebook with your students and also integrate questions to check for understanding and engage them. To create a page to use with the transparent background, you're going to first open a new or existing notebook file. Next, you're going to navigate to the page that will come right before your formative question. Next, you're going to select the Insert Question icon and select Wizard. The Insert Question wizard will appear. And then you're going to follow the prompts by inserting your question, your answer choices, and when you're finished, you will select Finish to complete your process. Once the question is inserted onto a notebook page, you're going to click the Shape tool and create a shape, most likely a rectangle or a square. You're going to fill it, and then you're going to order it to the back so that the question and or answer choices can rest on top of it. This will make your question and answers easier to see. Once that's finished, the question is now ready for when the lesson is delivered. Let's try these steps in real time. First step is to go to the Insert Question icon. I'm going to click Wizard and then select my question type. I'm going to choose multiple choice. And at this point, I'm just following the prompts. Here, this is where I'm supposed to type my question. If I know the resource I'm using, I probably know the question I want to ask my students, so I can type it in here. If not, it's not a big deal. I can go back and always change this question or add the question later. In this case, I do know my question. I'm going to ask my students, which of the following animals is a reptile? And so I'm going to pair this question with an internet site that I already have pre-planned, and I'm going to be sharing images with them, and they're going to choose from 3 different animals, though you can provide up to 10. And I'm going to place the answer choices next to the pictures, so I don't need to type in any values here. I'm going to select Next. This is where you set your answer. My answer happens to be A, but you can change it to C, or even make it an opinion question. And now I'm going to select Finish. This dialog box here is asking if I want to create a Smart Response title page to create a summative assessment since I have additional questions in this particular file. I'm going to select No because my questions are formative. I don't want them to be saved as summative assessments. Here's my question. My last step is to go to my Shape tool, select a shape. I'm going to click and drag to create that shape. My next step is to fill it by clicking it, selecting my Properties tab, and choosing a fill color. And when I fill that rectangle, notice it looks like my question disappeared. What's happened is the shape is in the layer that's above the text. And so once I filled the shape, it looked like it covered, all it did was cover my text. So I have to go to the drop-down menu, go down to Order, and then send this shape to the back. Now you can clearly see my question. This is going to make the question easier to see when I access transparent background. As you can see, the question stands out nice and bold. If I didn't have the shape beneath my question, it makes it a little bit harder to see. Now this question is ready to administer. I'm going to check the formatting of the page with the website I plan to use. So I'm going to engage transparent background, pull up the website that I'm planning to use it with, and now if I wanted, I could shift my shape and my question around so that it's in an appropriate area. I can take my answer choices and place them next to the pictures that I plan to use. And now it's completely ready. This is exactly what it's going to look like, so I'm previewing it in a sense to make sure that when I get to this page, the question's in an easy to see area as well as the answer choices. And you can always change the color of your answer choices and the questions if you need them to stand out a little bit differently. Now your question is ready to be delivered. And so to deliver your question in transparent background, I just want to clarify some of the steps. You're going to go to that file that you plan to use for your lesson, open it up, you're going to navigate through that file just as you normally would, and then when you get to your formative question that you've created ahead of time, you're going to click transparent background. The icon again is right here, and you'll be able to see that question. The toolbar for the transparent background will come up. You're going to select the Start Assessment icon and prompt your students to answer with their clickers. You can also click the Smart Response icon to monitor your student progress. And then you're going to select Stop Assessment when the time is up or all students have answered. And from that point on, you can click the transparent background icon again to return to basic view and then continue on with your lesson. And this is exactly what it's going to look like. I'm navigating forward. Here's my question that I've already created ahead of time. I'm going to now activate transparent background. Here's the page I was planning to use. Perhaps I was going to reveal more animals. And the question is, all of the animals shown below are warm-blooded, true or false, or yes or no. I'm going to press the start icon. And right away I can see that 0 out of 2 of my students have answered, and 6 seconds has elapsed. And as my students start to respond, I can see that the number changes here. If I want more information, I'm going to click my Smart Response icon, and as soon as 2 students have answered, I'll be able to view details to see who I'm waiting for, and a chart to see the distribution of answers. Now I can stop the question. This shows me my final results. I can exit out of transparent background by clicking this icon, and now I can move on with my lesson. Thank you for joining us for another IVS video tutorial.